I was like so excited. All right, questions. Which question you want me to go over?
First, can I get number 19?
All right, so which question you want me to go over?
19.
19. Let's see if 19 is a good question.
Yeah, 19. I just didn't know. Yeah, I agree with what? That's a good.
Oh, this one.
Did not know, bro. You did not know.
This one's kind of tricky. Is they don't ask a question this way anymore, so you don't have to worry about it. But I'll go over it just in case.
Oh, they don't go over it.
Yeah, so they say it's 3 non-overlapping. So, and this one is not really right end or left end. Is they want it to be non-overlapping is inscribed rectangle of equal width of 2 on the x-axis. Then the approximation is what? So how many rectangle they are? Well, first of all, I will want to figure out what a 0 is. So 0 is 2. And I want to figure out what a 2 is, and 4 is, and what 6 is. So what did happen with 2? 2 is going to be 4 minus 4 plus 2, so it's 2. So 2, 2. And if I plug in 4 squared is 16. 16 minus 8 is 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. So we're going to say 10 here. And this is 2 here. And 6 is what? 6 is 36 minus 26. Okay, so 26 is like this, 26. And they say it's approximated by 3 non-overlap inscribed rectangle. So inscribe is actually not right end or left end. So inscribe is inside, so it's this here. And oh, there was something else too. I forgot. I forgot there was a at 1 here. So what happened at 1? 1 squared minus 2 plus 2 is what? Is 1. So it's actually, you're going to use this rectangle right here. You want to make sure it's under approximation. And it's going to be here and here. So use the smallest amount because they want to inscribe. So therefore it's 2 times 2. 2 times 1 is 2. So this is 2. And this is 2 is 2. And this is 2 times 10 is 20. So it's actually 26. Is the answer 26? Yeah. It's a very weird question. If I say it's a because the graph is like this. The graph is like this. Like this, okay? The graph is like this. Now, do you want to be inscribed? That means it has to be underneath the graph. So this one is a very unique one. You'll never have to worry about. This one will never show up on AP exam. It show up on the old one, so if you don't understand this one, it's fine. Next question. Next question. 16, sure. Okay, what's the acceleration? So what do you have to do? You had to take a derivative Here? It'll be low. Oh, sorry, it's low. I'm gonna use x because it's easier to use x. D high minus high D low over low low. I'm gonna use x because I prefer to use x. So it'll be -1 minus x minus 1 plus x over 1 minus x to the square. 1 plus x to the square. So that is equal to -2 over 1 plus x squared. Do you take a first derivative correctly? Yasiel?
Yeah, I get it.
And then what do you do next? You're going to take a second derivative. Because that's only a velocity. And you have to take a second derivative. So this one I will actually move to the top. Now do second derivative is going to be -2 times -2 times 1 minus x squared to the -3 times -2x. Because the chain rule. Well, most people will forget about the chain rule. So that is going to be -8x over 1 plus x squared to the third. Now I'm going to plug in 0. Wait, my answer is wrong. What happened? What did I do? Oh.
It should have been 1 plus x.
But the numerator is 0.
But I got the right answer.
I think it's easier if you did a quotient or for this. For both of them.
For both of them?
Yeah.
Oh, there's an x squared here. No, that's just a 1 plus x. Hold on a second.
I think you did it.
Oh, this is 1 plus x. No, I'm an idiot. Yeah, so it's not x squared. I don't know why I just write down x squared for no reason. So that's just 1 then. And if you plug in, that's going to be 4 over 1 plus x to the third. If I plug in 0, this is going to be 4 times 1 plus 0 to the third is equal to 4.
Yeah, it's 4.
Yeah. I don't know why I write down x squared for some weird reason. Yeah. Next question. 26, sure. Let's see, 26. 26 is it's much easier than it looks. So there was a piecewise function. The piecewise function is has a breakout between. So on the left side of this is going to be x like this, and the right side of that is going to be like this. So basically there was 2 p's. But the problem is they do x f of x, so it has -2 to 1. So therefore you had to do -2 to 0 because that's belong to one function, and 0 to 1, and it's going to multiply that function x times f of x. This one's just x times x, this one's x times x plus 1. And just rewrite it to here and just finish working out. You should get the right answer. But do you understand the beginning part of it?
I had it.
So there's a breakout between, there's a break piecewise function of left side. So left side is going to be x, and the right side is going to be like this because x plus 1. But the problem is on the left side you want to multiply by x. On this one you want to multiply by x plus 1. So this part is going to be, see, this is x f of x. You want to break from -2 to 0 first, because -2 to 0 you're using the x, so it'll be x times x. Does that make sense? And then for the right side, from 0 to 1, it's going to be x times the new function of piecewise. So it'll be x plus 1 dx. This is a very popular one. I like this one. This one's good questions. Next question. And I just don't want to finish working now. I think the arithmetic you should be able to resolve. If you don't, let me know.
What's that? Yeah, it's D.
It's D? Okay.
I don't know how to do the 1 answer, like, you have to use U substitution, but the answer is the actual answer,
Oh.
Which question is that?
like 28.
The one of the easiest trick to always eliminate a choice with the 8 and 2. This is the first thing you should go do it. Why? Because if you use substitution, if you want to convert everything to U, the boundary had to switch as well. So I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna do the boundary. So square root 2 times 8 and square root of 2 times 2. And that's equal to square root of 16. That's equal to 4. And that's square root of 4. That's equal to 2. So 4, 2 is correct. So integration of 2 to 4. Now, here is obviously U plus 1, right? Are we okay here? Now, the problem is dx. We're going to go back to U again. You take a derivative. Du is 1/2 2x to the negative 1/2 times 2. Alan, you understand so far? The 2 cancel out and dx. So it'll be du over 1 square root 2x dx. Now what is square root 2x?
U.
So 1 over u dx, right? Can I say dx is u du? Very popular questions. Very good questions. But first thing, I always knock out the original boundary. Because you do U substitution, the boundary had to swap. Boundary had to change. The answer is D. Is D?
Yeah.
Wait, what's it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's D.
Yeah, dude. I think I you did 21 with the derivative.
21, sure.
This is
21 is a good question. They love this kind of question. So, all real number doesn't help me. This one helps me. So I'm gonna say this is a increasing. The function f of x had to increasing. This is a what? What is f double prime of x greater than 0?
the concave up.
Concave up. So which one is concave up and increasing? This one has concave down. And this is up, but it's increasing, so this is not correct because it has down. This one only concave up and increasing, which is true the whole way. But this one, it has a decreasing, so that's wrong. Decreasing, that's wrong, concave up. This one is increasing, concave down.
Yeah, it's decreasing.
Oh, this is decreasing, my bad. Can't read. Sorry. Decreasing, so this is decreasing up, so answer is this way.
Can you do 22 also? For 22, I put dy, the dy dx. That's how I got it.
Yep, that's right. Dy dx plug in because you had to take d to the dx here.
You take derivative, you plug it back in.
The dy dx and d to the dx of x squared y squared. So that's equal to 2x y squared plus x squared times 2y dy dx. So that becomes the second derivative. So that's going to be 2xy squared plus 2x squared y. Dy dx is going to be times x squared y squared. So it'll be 2xy squared plus 2x4y to the third. It's E, right?
Yeah.
Next questions. 30, you're going to use a graphing calculator. They say it's f of x is 10 of x given by g of x, and the parallel interval between 0 to pi to the graph f of g has a parallel tangent. That means parallel means same, slope. Tangent is, it doesn't matter. Parallel tangent means exactly the same thing. How do I get slope? Take a derivative, right? Now the nice thing is in your calculator, doesn't type in secant square of x. So what do? You're going to go to y1, type in 10 of x. And then go to y2, take a derivative of the y1. Does that make sense? You guys know how to use calculator? Try it. And this one you can do, g of x is pretty easy. It's x squared, so g prime of x is equal to 2x. So you're going to set this to y3. And you're going to set y2 equal to y3, which is look for intersections. So you're going to graph these two functions and look for intersections, which is where they intersect, it's going to give you the x value. Try it. If you don't know, pick out. How about you out? See if you get some answers. Very good questions, though. Your calculator doesn't do secant square. There's one way to do secant square is like 1 over cosine square. But that's so annoying. I just do 10 of x and take derivative of the y1. Man, don't use a calculator.
Yeah.
Does that make sense though? You graph two lines and look for intersections. This is so weird.
It's actually funny. What is going on?
Like, you don't have a calculator?
I do.
Asna don't have a calculator?
I do.
Is it what?
It's taking forever.
Don't ever graph integrals, guys.
I'm gonna go too much.
Next question.
31.
31 has a lot of math. I mean, it's not a lot, but do you know what's mean by theorem? Oh, do you know what's average rate of change? Sorry. What is the average rate of change? F of B minus F of A over B minus A. And they say average rate of change is equal to F prime. So that means it's actually a mean value theorem. So it's actually equal to F prime of T. So in this case, I'm going to take a derivative of that. This will be -1 over T squared. Does that make sense? And this is going to be 1 over B minus 1 over A over B minus A. What are they solving for? Hold on a second. They're solving for T. I'm going to teach you a shortcut. It's going to help you on SAT or SAT. Actually help you more on SAT. When you have complex fraction like this, to look at for denominators. What's the least common denominator here? If I want to combine this, what's the least common denominator? AB. So what we're going to do is I'm going to multiply top and bottom by AB. And if I do that, B would cancel out. It's going to be A minus B. On the bottom is going to be A, B times B minus A, right? Does that make sense? I just leave it in factor form. Now this can cancel. It's gonna be -1, so it'll be -1 over AB, -1 over t squared. Cross multiply, t squared equal to AB, t equal to square root AB. I think the answer is B. It's B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a little bit. This is actually mean value theorem. Average rate of change is equal to f prime. Is actually average. It's actually mean value theorem. Oh, I might have a gift for you guys. Gift is one of my students went to MIT. He actually make a cliff notes for everybody. No, I don't know where I can find it though. I forgot what I named it. Shit. Ah.
Number 30? What about you just see? You like wait. Equation? Like just graphing. Like how would you see your you need to make them need to take a derivative. Yeah, 2x bullies, bro. 2x and then so you said fucking y. So y1 is the tangent x. And I get a y2 derivative of y1.
Yeah, me too.
For which one?
For 32.
I guess. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I did. Oh, I got it wrong because I didn't read like the first. I didn't see.
You set it up. I don't know. I've heard it over back.
But it's like the font rate how you. Wait.
All right, next question. No questions? 32 and 36, sure. Oh, 32, I love 32. 32, you draw it. So you have to be able to draw this, this, this. So it's a positive means what? They are what? It's positive means what? If f of x is positive means what? Very awesome. Yes. Above x-axis. And so it's increasing and concave up. So it's this like this, right? I'm just gonna do two things. I'm gonna do so they say let A be this. The A is the area, so that is just the area, and just do it in like two things. So if I were to do left, it's gonna be over approximate, right? It's gonna be over the right, right? Right is gonna be like this. Right is gonna be like this. Right? So the biggest one is definitely right. The smallest one definitely left. So right and left. So anything with right and left is not this one. So everything is right and left. Now, trapezoid is going to be over the actual or underneath the actual. Remember, the actual is the red line, but is trapezoid over or under? Over, good, because you draw it like this. So a little bit over because of the concavity. Does that make sense? So trapezoid is over, so the answer choice has to be A.
Wait.
A is the actual area.
Oh.
Very good questions. So this is gonna be over like this. It's on top of it. Because when you draw it like this, there's like when you concave up, that is gonna over. Next question. Oh, 34. 34 is, you can do this. Chain rule.
I didn't know which.
H prime of x equal to what? No.
You just tested. Ask the real question.
Oh yeah, h of x is the f of g of x, and what is h prime of x? What is that?
Prime of x times g of x times g prime of x or plus g prime of x.
G prime of x, not top plus, is times.
Oh yeah.
And just plug in h1 and then evaluate. Let's see if you can do it. I already did the hard part for you. Start from the inside.
What's g?
Vincent, you gotta have the vision.
No, I saw it. I see the vision now.
You see the vision?
No.
That would be. That. So then at the top, they give you the value. But since you're finding the dimension at prime, you need to know all of the reading locally. So.
Next question.
Oh, it's 15? Yeah. 41.
So you can't, you plug it.
15.
Like, at prime, what? So then you just plug that. And then G of one.
Ooh, 41. Very good question. 41 is a very popular calculated question, and nobody knows what they're doing. Okay, let's see it. If f is a function defined by whatever, yada 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 yada, g is the antiderivative of f. Okay, so can I just integrate this?
You actually look.
Right?
Look.
And we had to pick a boundary. Let's pick a boundary. Which boundary I will pick? Which boundary I will pick?
Wonderful.
You are a genius.
Oh,
You are a genius. Yep, that's it. And it's equal to what? If I integrate f, what am I going to become? G of what? 5 minus g of 1. This part you can use a calculator. And if you want a g of 1, guess what? G of 1 is equal to g of 5 minus integration of 1 to 5 f of x dx. And this part you can use calculator, right? And this part is 7. 7 minus whatever. Do you see what I did? This is a very, very important question. This is like 100% on the test. They can show us a graph. They can show us a function. You have to use calculator. Graph, you just have to calculate area under the curve. But definitely set up this way. It's called fundamental theorem calculus. And it says unauthorized copying or reuse of any part of this page is illegal. You guys didn't do a lot of questions.
How do you do like Hebrew
You
control?
Okay, you can do 1/3 power. Just do 1/3 power. There was let me show you here, Madeline. You can do 1/3 power to replace it though. So whatever integration 1 to 5, you just subtract from 7, you should get the right answer. But this part, it's golden right here. You have to know how to set up. It's called fundamental theorem of calculus. Asna, you alright?
Yeah.
Did you finish your packet?
Yeah.
Shall I trust you?
Yeah.
Alright.
Did you do 43? The answer was A, right?
Could I?
Oh,
yeah.
Negative 320. Yeah, 42. 42. It was A, right? For what?
This is a good question. So let's draw this. 6, right? I'm gonna draw a dotted line. So this is negative. This is a positive. F is increasing. It has the following properties. F is increasing from negative infinity to 8. So negative infinity to 8. So 8 here. And after 8 it start going down. So this, I'm just gonna use second thing to graph. So it's probably something like this. And the third is F is concave down. So concave down to 10. So concave down. And after that it's concave up. So, and it's probably like this. So those inflection points. So the green line pretty much accurate. So let's see if I have all the condition. Negative infinity to 6 is negative, and 6 to infinity is positive. Good. F is increasing, so it's going up, and then come back down at 8, which is I did that. And F is concave down to negative infinity to 8, which is I did that. And from 8 to 10, wait a second, concave down. Okay, all the way to 10. And after 10 is concave up. So yeah, this is a pretty good graph. Which one has least numerical values?
0.
Well, f prime of 0 is definitely greater than 0. Because it's increasing from negative infinity. And if you want least value, you want to look for the negative value. Does that make sense? Okay, f prime of 6. That's going to be greater than 0. That's positive. Does that make sense? Because its function's going up. Going up. Okay, f double prime of 4 Double prime of 4 is it's gonna be less than 0. Because it's concave, I believe it's concave down. And f10 is actually equal to 0. Why is it equal to 0? It's an inflection point. Good job, you're a genius. And this is greater than 0. The only thing qualified is C. Very difficult questions. It's one of the best questions I've seen written. It has no math. It just have pure understanding. Which part you don't get?
You know, like the values of the f prime.
You're not knowing the value. You are comparing, are they positive or are they negative, and are they 0? So if it's going up, f prime is 0, the function is going up. At 0, the function is going up because this is increasing from negative infinity to 8. So f prime of 0 has to be greater than 0. F prime of 6 has to be greater than 0 because it's still increasing according to the drawing. F double prime of 4 is going to be less than 0 because it's concave down. And F double prime at 10 is actually equal to 0 because that's an inflection point, because it's a concave down and concave up. Very difficult question. This is level 5 stuff.
Can you do 45?
That one you had to approximate. You are counting the square, but you had to adding the.
Yeah.
So the problem is this is the integration of f prime, right? Now, the same thing happened again on the fundamental theorem of calculus. You know that maximum is right here, but they want a maximum value. Value means output. So that means it's going to be integration from 2. Oh, sorry. You should have told me a long time ago. From 2 to 6. And remember, that's equal to f of 6 minus f of 2. And f of 6 is going to be the output, so it's going to be f of 2 plus integration 2 to 6 f prime of x. And you had to count the squares. So count. And the problem is this one, each square is actually counts 5, I believe. So this is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5.
After you get to like the ball, it gets like 80, and then you might as well say it's 60 because there's a lot of squares that still left.
This is 5. This is 5, 5. This 5, 5. This one is 2.5. This one is half of that. So 2.5 times 5. So it's 12.5. And just add them all up and added the 10. You should get like something about 90 or 110, right? 110.
Do we have any more? Do we have any more like lessons, or just like is it just review?
Let's review without getting 5. If you're getting less than 5, I will murder you. Wait, shit, I just streaming. That's not a proof. Huh?
Yeah, I'm murdering.
That's not me. This is not Mr. Ye.
It's a deep fake.
This is Vincent.
No, that's it's a deep fake of that.
Deep pink.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't do that.
After the garlic bread,
Sure.
Yeah.
Huh? You do your work?
Yeah. Actually, quite sorry. I finished like half of it before, and then I went to break. Like I went to vacation, so I had to finish like I had Sunday night. I stayed up longer to finish a few questions, and then like I finished them yesterday. So I got lucky you weren't here. I had like 10 questions left yesterday. I finished them.
Did you check your answer?
Yeah, I didn't do good. That's the thing. I got like 34, 35, and then the last one I got 31.
Actually, that's not bad. Yeah, you need above 38 to get a 5.
I was looking up score. It was you need 30 and then 50% on the FRQs.
Yeah.
Get a 5.
Probably more.
To get a 5, you need like 30, 34.
But for me, like I would rather student get 40 on
I mean,
multiple
yeah.
choice. Because then you build up very good momentum, you feel safe, you feel like secure.
Yeah.
You feel like money in the bank already, all you gotta do is cash them. And then for
Like, oh, I'm done. I think the dumbest mistakes possible. Like, scale down. Minimum, maximum. I forgot to do the number line. That's where I missed some of the points. It's like it was the dumbest. I have a few questions because
I will today.
some questions I thought I was doing it right, and then it just.
We did, yeah. Wednesdays.
I also forgot the fundamental theorem of calculus. The F, like capital M or.
oh, those are a lot of questions.
Yeah,
A lot of questions.
I read it. Like I relearned it. Actually, I forget it after like when I was doing it, but then I had to go back and do a few. Yeah, I'm like.
No man. What's a math joke today? What's a math joke today? I'm disappointed. Where's Safia? Is she?
She's in the back.
I know how great it is. You have fun?
What's your name? How are you doing? With friends? Connecticut?
Atlanta.
I was there too.
Someone told you it's friends.
I did. My passport didn't get in time,
Oh, yes, you said that.
and I kind of feel lucky because I heard they are burning down stuff.
You're lucky.
They are protesting. They always protesting.
My enemy.
Why?
Friends are our
They
enemies.
colonize you?
Yeah.
These are friends are going. It was like, oh yeah,
No point.
even though it was kind of like just like. I was
You have a picture?
What?
I was thinking like, I see you like.
Already? Where? Huh? Lisbon?
It's a little further out. But like, I don't know. Yeah.
We went to Cloud Canyon State Park. It's the middle of Georgia, like northern Georgia. Like nobody's there. But it's pretty though. How's it, Frank?
70 questions. Like the second half of all these factors in my class, and I set them out. Yes. Oh yeah.
Do a packet?
Mm-hmm. Are you shocked?
Wait, is that 7? No, that's.
Oh.
Why would I be shocked?
You think I don't do my
Oh,
part?
yeah, no way.
I did them?
I know.
We're just wondering
What?
I'm learning fraction. Wait,
No,
where-
I always have from that.
helping those students.
I don't know from which one.
They don't know. If they did, I'll give what's 4 times
It's
5.
always
What
Wait,
do you
it is? 4 times 5?
Wait.
No, they were like this. I think it was one. One is like this. Was like 6 plus 2x plus 6, right? And I say, hey, just combine them. And they say, oh yeah, 6 and 6 cancel out 2x.
Yo, they know something we don't.
But it wasn't really bad, but it was eye-opening because I'm helping them.
No.
Bro.
No,
So
Harvard is chasing them, but they're faster.
The truth is anything outside this classroom is pretty bad. That's why even in Cooper's class, I mean, there was so many good kids there. They have, I mean, Cooper has, I think in general, Cooper has better kids than Cooper?
I feel like when you walk in the door, like first day of school, you walk in the
No,
door,
I
his
have
class,
to-
your class, probably his class, but I think, you know, maybe the belly button or. I feel like there's.
I think it's bad.
So.
We should do funding. Yeah, we should.
I mean, there's more, but we're just not like that.
They sent me one, but
Try it.
I really come. No, it's serious water. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Those 30 minutes are probably more. I mean, it's not all, I know.
So, yeah, if you ever have nothing to do, at fourth period, want to come hang out to help those kids, yeah, so they have, actually,
Help them with what?
Maybe you got
math,
Like what kind of math?
like
That's what I mean, you were little.
how to add.
how to add?
Are they in high school?
Can I like tutor these kids out of school?
I don't know, I don't think they want to learn. Yeah.
Literally gaslighting, bro.
But then why?
Because they were in Ms. Morris class, Ms. Morris. Ms. Morris, she's a very kind person. I think one day I didn't hear her offer money to pay for kids to do homework correctly. And she's really nice, but she didn't know how to manage a classroom. And she would teach the class with only one person answer all the questions, and the other people are on the phone. So when they come into my classroom, I say no cell phone, no calculator, and you have to be attentive.
Wait, that's your period?
They don't even. We're not for.
Huh?
We're not for. So.
That's his her role.
Oh,
And so I told her I'll
Wait, let's
help her, and I'm gonna bring those kids up.
Count all the squares.
But it seems like
I don't like too much lotion.
pretty much it.
Even the half square? You can't.
No, I don't want you to see it. You already see
Oh,
it there.
no, it's just.
45.
It's kind of.
You're gonna go to prom.
I really, that's why I'm gonna miss. Yeah, I'm not making it a promise.
You don't want to.
I'm making it.
You already have to go, just senior year.
Bro, I missed too much school.
Oh.
I'm leaving.
No, but
We're gonna
only
make
the fourth
it.
quarter.
We're gonna make. Okay, we're gonna mix. I'm gonna have A1 to 10.
All right, so I don't want to take my pen. I just assume everybody's here.
No, that's the weird. Sometimes I hear you mark me. If I'm not here, you'll mark me president. Yes, because
I never mark anything.
literally on a 10 for here, always like never. Oh my god. Mr. got me. Like, oh my third period teacher, when I come in third period, I'll literally be like 2 seconds late and she'll be like, party.
All right, so first thing first, April 1st, it's not April 4th joke, but April 1st is your first mock exam. I will recommend people to take more than one mock exam, but the first one is mandatory. The second one and third one, I still suggest you to take it more, but the first one is gonna be April 1st. I know soccer has April 1st and April 8th. I need you to take it first at April 8th.
So when is the second?
Who's soccer?
No, second and third, you have to take the first one because the first one's gonna give you a true measurement of how much shit you don't know. And you really need to know that first. Because if you know that, you know how much harder you have to work. So I need you to take that a little bit earlier compared to her. So I will actually ask students to take mine first. It's not because I think my class is more important. Well, of course I think my class is more important. But my class has more like
Yeah.
it's not,
Is it? No.
yeah.
It's just not hard, you know?
It isn't hard like calculus.
Yeah.
But I mean, but calculus is not as hard as physics. So so they are hierarchy in the
Man, everything's
how
hard.
hard the class is.
Okay, but like in comparison, how much time do you spend on calculus and how much time?
So if you compare the calculus and environmental science, that's
sciences and math are harder than grades.
yeah. So in the history you can grind the last minute,
Yeah.
and the math you cannot grind the last minute. So I will ask you to take April 1st, just because we need an extra time to over prepare. Because I want everybody to get a 5. The only people I'm concerning about in this classroom right now is only Mason. Because I see the work there. And I know Rigwa put in the work. I know Giles put in the work. I know Daniel's put in the work. Elias put in the work. Samantha's also put in the work. So I have no problem with it. But the thing is, the harder you work right now, you can actually change all the grade in the past. So this is like a fourth quarter basketball game, and you're down 32 points. You still can win the game if you believe that do one question at a time. In a basketball game, you do 1 point at a time, right? So if you believe that, just take one step, putting 1 feet over to the next in front of you, and then putting another one in front of you, and just keep on going. You will eventually get a 4 or 5. All my class, this is the highest class in Orange County. I can show you the result. There's only one school higher. It's because they only had 20 kids in University High School that's taking AP Calc, and they select everybody that the best to take AP Calc. They don't let all the people take AP Calc. So they only had 20 kids out of 3,000 schools. We had 3,000 kids, but we have 68 kids, or 50, right now it's 51. And so they only have 20. Last year I had 65 students. So we are the best one for the percentage and among the students. But you guys don't disappoint me, please. You guys can do this. Yes.
When do we get the results for the mock exam?
Okay, so the result of mock exam, the multiple choice instantly. I just take a screenshot, scan it, boom. You can know your result. I write down the number. I'll even tell you which number you did it wrong. Okay. I want you, we graded on Monday and Tuesday. We graded as a group because I'm not grading the shit. That will hurt my mental health. Literally, I'll shoot.
Oh my god. You know what I need to work on?
This conversation's starting to be a little
Wow.
uncomfortable.
No, I know what I need to work on.
You know,
I really get consistent in the amount of wrongs.
How many? 13 round? Right now, that's not bad. 13 round. But how much time you use?
Oh,
Mr. Yan,
yeah.
for the mock exam, was there a point in guessing, like to get like their point in, like, if you don't know a question, like, you guys.
You always gotta fill it in. You get points for stuff. You don't get points for stuff for anything.
But then you don't know. You gotta.
You don't know your true level of
Yeah,
things.
you
So
can't study that.
But still some of I have like I could.
so what I will do is I will mark on the mock exam says I guess.
Mhm.
And then you know how many questions you guess you got right. You had to take away that choice. You have to take away that a little bit so that way you know. You want to be harsher to yourself on a mock exam rather than give yourself credit. But for me, I'm gonna count your luck. Right? I'm gonna base on sometimes you just get lucky, sometimes it's gonna happen on your test.
On the actual test, there are 5 answer choices, right?
4.
4?
It used to be when I was taking AP exam, it's 5 choices. If you guess them and you got it wrong, they could take a quarter points off. They used to do that with the SAT. They used to do that with AP Calc. And start from 2000, they changed to without a penalty because kids got dumber. That's the truth.
Did they change after COVID?
And then at 2008, at 2009, they changed it to 4 choice, no penalty. So, yeah, so the test has gradually gotten a lot easier compared to 1968. The AP exam, I will have a hard time to finish multiple choice on time. It was so difficult. Huh?
No penalty, 3 choices.
Huh?
Eventually, you get that one choice.
Partial credit for every question that you get wrong. Wow. Partial credit for every question that you get wrong. 3 questions. 3.
Americans are very good at changing the system. If they cannot win, they change the system.
You can't beat them, change.
Yeah, American is very, very good at it.
Winners on fingers.
What?
Winners choose right then.
Win the what?
Winners choose.
I guess. All right. So, questions.
I got plenty of questions.
Let's start.
Oh, really? There's one. No, actually, not. Something like nothing wrong with stupid because I didn't read it correctly. Oh, let me tell you something. One I really need to work on is when graphing, like the derivative and like analyzing the derivative, like to find f.
That's a very important one.
That was so important. He's from 13 wrong to like 9 wrong because there's like so many questions that ask you, oh, like to analyze like f of g.
It's okay if I go over this one.
Yes.
Yes, but yeah. I know to go.
Okay, so for me, it's more often they give you f prime x and ask you what happened to the original function. We're gonna do both way. One is I'm gonna give you the original function. So for me, I'm gonna do more extensive than this. I'm gonna actually show you how to graph the f prime of x and f double prime of x. Okay. So f prime of x graph. Oh, that's an ugly color. Okay, so let's do this. This part is the slope is equal to 0, right? Slope is equal to 0. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you can do A and B. So I can literally choose A and B. This is going to be 0, 0. And before that, it's going to be negative sign, positive sign, negative sign. This is f prime of x. This just means above. Oh, this is below x-axis. This is above. And this is below. And the only one that fits that situation is which one? Well, this one is below, above, but they should be coming back here, so this is not correct. And E is not correct because they are below. This are above. This is opposite, so this one is only correct answer. Now, what if I ask you to graph second derivative? The second derivative is going to be like this. Is the concavity. Where's concavity change?
0x?
At 0. there's an inflection point. Do you see they went from concave up to concave down? So this one's positive, this is negative. So if I graph the derivative, this is a derivative, right? This is f prime of x. If I graph f double prime of x, guess what? It's like this. It's a straight line. It went from positive to negative. Now, more happen on AP exam, especially on first rounds. They give you this. They say, hey, if this f prime of x graph, can you graph the original function? This is f prime of x. More happen is going to give you f prime of x, and they ask you what happened to original function. Okay. You do number line tests. You says this is a, this is a b. Between a to b, this one is going to be, this one is negative, this one's positive, this is negative. So this is decreasing, this is increasing, and this is decreasing. So then the original graph at A, at B, it's going to be decreasing. So it's going to be decreasing here to A, and after that it's going to be increasing, and B is decreasing. You can also do the second derivative. The second derivative, based on that, you're looking at the slope of this, right? Slope of this is 0, and this is positive, this is negative. Guess what? It's concave up and concave down. So this is the f prime of x, and this is f double prime of x. And you can look at the original graph, it matched like this. So you're actually going backward. Very important skill, analyzing graph. Thank you for mentioning that. Analyzing graph, no calculations. It's like, yes. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cash.
Okay, with that same thing, then can we do 43?
Sure. That's a lovely question. Now this is a question, it's a very strong question. This is a level 5 student here. If you do this, level 5. Level 5. It could be you. You don't have to be Sheldon. Okay, so some people choose the number line. I choose the graph. I'm going to do both. So I'm going to choose graph here. Let's say f was negative, and before here 6 is negative, right? And above 6 is going to be, above 6 is positive. So I'm going to draw a dotted line. Something like that. Increasing to 8. So 8. So all the way to 8, there is a smile. It's a sad face, actually. All the way to 8, there is a increasing, decreasing. All the way to 10, there is an inflection point. It was changing from down to up. So I'm going to graph that now. And after that, it's going to go up like this. So this is the inflection point. So then some people do number line tests. So the number line test, this is f of x. This is 6. This is negative, this is positive. F prime of x is going from 8. This is positive, this is negative. F double prime of x is equal to 10. And this one is negative, this one's positive. Any question here? Okay, so then let's start figure out one by one. F prime of 0. So this one is obviously is greater than 0. So it's this way. Oh, sorry. They both are greater than 0. Right? Because look at this. Is that okay? F double prime of 4 is less than 0. F double prime of 10 is actually equal to 0 because it wouldn't change negative to positive. And this is a positive. Only one that's least among the value is going to be negative. So that is the answer choice. You can also see it in graph. This is all positive, positive. So this is all greater than 0. At 4, it's concave down. So concave down is negative. And I here is inflection point, so it's equal to 0. I here is still concave up, so it's positive. So it's C, it's the right choice.
F and it's under or over the x-axis.
Yep.
And then f prime of x is
Increasing and decreasing.
increasing, decreasing, max, and min.
Yep.
Um,
F double prime is concave down and concave up, an inflection point. Yes. Trust me, this is easier than physics.
it's also easier because it's easier.
Huh? That's a hard one. Which one's that? There's another question of graphing. Hold on. Oh, I'll be back. I need to talk about mean value. I love this question. Anybody can tell me what mean value theorem? Every single AP exam, there's always mean value theorem.
I can tell you.
What is it?
F of B minus F of A over B minus A. Yeah, but it's equals to.
Oh, I remember. I was gonna give it to you.
You're cheating?
How to cheat on me.
You're cheating on your wife.
Oh. Hey, we can't do this. Interesting.
I need to install Google on my
Okay, so I'm gonna give you this cheat sheet made by MIT student. It has all the cheat code in here, and what's nice thing is, she was very good at Word documents, so she can actually go in here, and you say, "Hey, I want an equation tangent line." You click, go to equation tangent line. Let's say you guys need to know what's the inverse derivative, I think.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that.
Let's see that inverse derivative.
It was right there.
Where?
14. Right below that. Below.
14? Okay, inverse derivative. Boom.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so this girl, her name is Ananda Santos. She's she will come back to see us next week. I'm asking her to come talk to you guys about MIT. If you are interested. Are you interested? Not really?
MIT is engineering based, right?
Yeah.
Ahmed would be.
Yeah. So she's studying to be astrophysicist. Astrophysicist.
Oh, those years. Oh, you do? You didn't tell me that. Like, I was like major in physics and then mine. I still don't.
I'm gonna major in physics and minor in astro. I'm sorry. No man is so funny all the time. Huh? Yeah. F prime C. So the function has to be continuous and differentiable. Now, why I love this question is you have to understand that if you can pick limit down to 2 choices, you are about a 3. If you can find the right choice, about a 4. If you can figure out why each statement are wrong, you are level 5. And this is how you do this question. To analyze each thing to understand why each one is wrong, because that could be 2 other questions. Okay, so they had to be continuous and differentiable in order for mean value theorem to work. Now also underline increasing. Oh, that's ugly color. Increasing, differentiable, it has to be differentiable because it's differentiable, they are continuous. That means there is no sharp turn. There is no cusp. Yeah, it's like smooth. Yeah.
Can you move
Can you read that?
Can you move the cheat sheet out of the way?
Give me a good definition of differential.
What?
Could you give me a good definition?
Differentiable, just the derivative is never undefined, so you never have a sharp turn. You don't have like absolute value that's not differentiable at a sharp turn or cusp. What?
No, it's never.
It's never like this. It's like this. This is not differentiable. This is not differentiable. Like there's none of those.
It's a sign.
Sine graph is good. Okay, so the most important thing is right here. They say is increasing. Increasing just means something. Okay, and then also between 0 to b, which is kind of interesting. Guaranteed by mean value on interval statement must be true. Must be true. I love the question must be true. Why? It must be true. It's very easy to prove the statement are false. All you got to find small problems. For example, O.J. Simpson, he did not kill his wife because the glove doesn't fit. He's not a murderer. The glove doesn't fit. Did you see that image that he tried to fit his glove? It doesn't fit. I didn't kill my wife. Yeah, all you gotta prove a little bit is not true, then you can disprove everything. That's what lawyers do. Okay, so here's f of b minus f of 0 over b minus 0. It's simplified down to f of b minus f of 0 over b. And you say that looks like this one. It must be true, but wait, f of 0 is not there. You cannot say assuming f of 0 is 0. If they are equal to 0, then that's not okay. So not true. Because f of 0 is not necessarily 0. Next questions. Next statement. F double prime of C is less than 0. It's concave down.
But it's increasing.
But increasing could be concave up. Could be concave down. Not necessarily true. Never in this thing says it's always concave down. No, never did say that. The glove doesn't fit. He did not kill his wife. Never concave, never say it's concave down. If f prime of x equal to 0. No, because it says always increasing. It's not guilty. It's not guilty. Boom. Because it's always increasing. If it's always increasing, there is no maximum. Or there's no minimum. Right? F double prime of C is greater than 0. Yes, it's increasing. It's always true. Because it says increasing. F changing sign at x equal to C. Then this says exact same thing as C, but it just says it's exactly the same thing as C. It's slightly different because C doesn't have to have a sign change, but it does have f prime C is equal to 0 if you change in sign. So it implies that there is f prime C equal to 0. But there's small difference between C and E. C and E, you could have paused and still continuous going up. So you can have that situation as well. So there is small difference between C and E, but it's not too much.
But E is like never. Because you can't change the sign of your name.
Yeah, never.
What,
The glove doesn't fit.
what does it say?
So
Like,
what's the mean value?
Mean value theorem is basically say this. Between A to B, if I have something like this, I can go with 2 times. It's completely differentiable. So they say the slope of between those 2 points at somewhere along here must have a slope exactly same thing as this. Because this slope is equal to the blue line. The purple lines must equal to the blue line. It's like you driving from here to your house, and you have average speed of 50 miles. But that also saying
You forgot his speech. I thought you were seeing something. Me too.
no man, forget what I say.
Okay.
Next question.
Okay. I have.
She say please. 32 is lovely. My favorite question is those things that you don't have to do calculation. Mason, those are the questions you should pay attention. There's no calculations. It's comprehending. You just have to comprehending calculus. You don't have to know how to do calculus. The past AP exam, you just have to comprehend. Look, they say A is the integral. Does that make sense? L represents left Riemann sum, right Riemann sum. T is trapezoid rule. I'm just gonna draw between A and B. I'm draw according to this. Positive, increasing, and concave upwards. How do I draw that? Well, positive above x-axis. Increasing is always going up. Concave upward, I'm gonna do more drastic like this. And I'm gonna break the 2 intervals. I'm gonna break two intervals like this. Okay, so what happened? I'm gonna show you different color. Let's use a blue. Blue is gonna be like this. It's over approximations, right? Actually, this graph never went back down. So this is like right here. Okay. And the left Riemann sum is gonna be this, right? So which one's bigger, right or left? Right is over the top, right? So we know right is the biggest one, left is the smallest one. Boom, boom. Okay, so now you have to decide. And it's not this one either because it's the right is the so is A bigger or trapezoid bigger?
Which one is
Is a trapezoid bigger or exact area bigger?
I forgot how to describe your
area?
Trapezoid, you don't have to know what is it, you just need to draw it. So look, draw it. Which one's bigger?
I mean,
Trapezoid is bigger, so trapezoid is greater than exact because exact is exactly area under the curve. This
Wait, what's the traffic light again? Oh my gosh, I'm excited when I get things right.
I know. I will give you a high five.
Yay. See, I think the board's very explainable. I just need to shoot for that 5.
Oh yeah.
But I haven't done the FRQ, so that's like.
Next question. How to say that in Spanish? Proximo frecuenta. No? You say no.
We do 41.
41.
Oh, I need to do the, bro, when I tell you 40, 41, 45.
Oh, 41. It's a very popular SAT AP exam question. It's so popular that it's almost on every single calculator sections. And they can be, in terms of graphing, they can be, so this is called FTC problem. FTC, remember this, fundamental theorem of calculus. Guess what? That sounds very important because this class is called calculus. And this also says fundamental theorem of calculus. So it must be super, super important. Mason, pay attention. G is the antiderivative of f. Like if you integrate Daniel, it becomes Sheldon. Just like that.
If you take the derivative of B, I become both.
Oh. Big brain there. It's on the board.
Wait, what?
So if you integrate the f, you become the g. Right? Usually it's plus c. But here's what we don't want. We want to have a boundary. Which boundary I will pick? Very awesome. And that's going to be 1 to 5. So integration from 1 to 5 of f of x is equal to g of 5 minus g of 1. Does that make sense?
Wow.
And then if I want to looking for g of 1, can I just go this to this side and this to the other side? So g of 1 is equal to g of 5 minus integration between 1 to 5 of f of x dx.
That's crazy.
And this part, you can use calculator.
My goodness.
And this one, just 7. And then you can use calculator.
Wait, what's the answer?
And if you don't know how to use a calculator, go use a calculator right now. How do you do cube root on a calculator? There's a hack. You can do 1/3 power.
Can we say that? People not use it?
No, they were like, how do I do cube root?
That's why that's gonna be my downfall in the exam. I think it's gonna lag and I'm gonna panic. No, for real, when it keeps lagging, I feel like, sorry, can I use my phone?
Can't use decimals.
Okay, I swear I won't cheat.
It's a math app.
I think it's gonna be such an issue because I'm gonna like create a program. The reason I'm going to computer science, I'm gonna create a program. You can download Mathway into your TI Inspire, but the teacher won't know. Only the student. So then on your AP exam, you can just type it in, and Mathway will give you everything.
So do 7 minus.
Though sometimes Mathway cannot give a question like this. Mathway cannot do question like this.
If you set it up,
Yeah, you have to set up, but you can use that with normal calculator.
but setup is the hardest.
Yeah, so Mathway doesn't know how to do this question.
Can you do 40 please?
X squared plus
So, like, literally right up on it.
X squared plus 4x.
Ooh.
To the power.
OMG, I know 40. I did 40. Period. You want to teach 40? I think you will. Wait, so okay, so you have to use the average value equation.
I got negative
And then f of b minus f of a over b minus a. And then, wait, what did I do? Okay, so that little quarter over there on the right is a quarter of a circle. So you do 1/4 pi r squared. And then they told us that the radius is 4. So 1/4 pi.
They didn't tell you, you had to count them.
No, they told you the radius was 4 on the question.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. So it's 1/4 pi times. Anyway, it's 4 pi.
Can you do 40? Oh, you want
32 is the volume of the other one because it's 8 times 4.
Anyone else's 40?
And then you just integrate from 0 to 12 plus 1 plus 4 pi. And then where did I get that 1 to 12?
Isn't it 1/4?
Oh, you plug in.
1 over b minus a.
Yes, you plug in this 0 and 12 into the fundamental theorem, and then you get.
Where's Nicholas?
You got it right here. No.
Hold on. So they said what's the average value? Remember, it's 1 over. Sorry, 1 over b minus.
I love how Norman just give That's what I say. What do you want?
We're adding these together. That's how we got 32 plus 4.
Normally I can see you become a comedian.
Our integration is here 12.
What's that Asian
And then
comedian? What's her
over
name?
b minus
Christina
a is
something?
12 is 0.
What's B minus A?
So what is integration called?
Wait, what is B minus A? Well,
It's mean value theory.
so it's B is 12.
Mean value.
12 minus 0 is 12.
Oh.
That makes sense.
And I type in the calculator, I got a result.
I think it's average value. Actually, aren't they the same? That's what I'm thinking. No, it's mean value. Yeah. So then. That's what confused me because I was thinking like.
Oh, 26 is a great question.
But then
So let's talk about 26 a little bit. How many of you guys figure out how to do 26? That's good.
Oh, I did.
If you realize here's the f of x, right? And the f of x is defined by other functions, right? And they have a cutoff at something less than 0, something greater than 0. So obviously there was two type of function. There's a function is has less than 0, there's a function greater than 0. But I hear there's another x here. So then there was integral between -2 to 1, so it must have to cut off. So it has to be -2 to 0. From 0 to 1. X, right? And this is the x, right? And I'm going to type in the other function for f of x. I'm going to say this is the x dx. And this is the x plus 1 dx.
why are you multiplying it by x?
Because that's what they want us
Oh,
to
they
do.
did. Sorry.
Kyle, you understand how to do this?
I did that. I did that.
Cool. And then I'll just let you do the rest of the math. You should be able to integration of x squared and x squared plus x.
A little bit difficult.
I know.
How did you know it was -2 to 0 again?
It's on there.
Where?
Because you gotta break it into two parts.
That says 1. So
Well, it's separated.
Oh.
Is this only packet 1 today?
Yeah, you guys gonna get another packet today.
Oh.
Okay, but I have another question. Don't worry. No, I don't have oh. Wait, do we have to complete it in a day though?
You have 2 days.
Okay, perfect. Number 8.
Days or 3 days?
2 days.
I'm sure. Can we do number 8? Can we make it like- It's a simple logic question, but I got it wrong.
Maybe you just don't have no logic.
No, it's because they tricked me. It was the square feet and the cubic feet, and I don't know what square foot or cubic foot is. So I'll just-
It's this is a disk. This is a disk method, so it has to be a volume. It has to be a cubic feet.
Oh,
Because do you see this formula? Pi r squared.
mm.
Actually, that's true. How can water be square? It's like it could be laying on the floor.
There's water in the thing. They're like draining it or they're filling water in.
Filling the cone with the water. Oh, 16
Like waiting.
So the answer is B. The boundary is a 10,000, 3,000.
But the one over B minus A, where do I? I need to see it's. I think it's the same thing, right, Mr. Yang? 1 over B minus A. The 1 over B minus A in the integral, and then the F and B and then something big.
So, first row, yes.
Hold on, I have to. A B.
That's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna airdrop to you. I'm gonna airdrop to you 2 things. One is a cheat sheet. Anybody want a cheat sheet?
Please, please.
You have to pay me.
Give me a copy.
Can you print that out?
Apple juice.
No, it's actually better not print out because you can click the table of contents.
And then you can
Yeah,
print it
I
out.
have
Like,
one
there's
thing.
36 pages.
mystery.
Oh, this one I'm not printing out. Little Uzi.
Oh, sorry, that was me.
Can you give out? Can you distribute the structs?
Yeah, please. Who needs an exam?
Who need a merchandise?
You want a copy?
please.
Please accept.
Praise the Lord. Alright, what's your,
Can you please print out?
We cannot print out.
Can you please print out?
no, I can give you a copy now.
No, Uzi. Wait, can you please print it out? When?
I'm not printing it. Ink is expensive.
That's true. Can you please print it
Russian phone.
No.
Is that you, Ilya?
out? Can you pretty please print it out?
Why do you have two phones?
No, I don't know who his phone is. That's not me.
They declined me.
Oh, wait. Okay, can you please print it out? I got it from Sweden.
Oh, you can print it out.
He just wanna annoy you.
Asshole.
I can't write on my phone.
Then write on the paper.
What is one over
My
here?
papers.
I'm not killing any more tree for you.
Give Mystery a 75 cents. Where does one over have both?
36 pages? How does?
Like 2 cents a page.
Ink is expensive.
There's trees up there. Why are we charging for a page?
Huh?
So when it's explain to me, I get everything, but what is this? One over
That's the average value. That's a formula for average value.
Okay.
Oh,
I see. I sent it to you.
hold on. Let me give you the cheat sheet too. Hold on. Anybody want a cheat sheet?
Can you print out the cheat sheet for me, please? Please.
Another one. Matthew?
I don't want a cheat sheet on my phone. Please.
No. You can print it out by yourself.
How many pages? Alright, who wants a cheat sheet?
How many pages? Please. Let me get it up. Can you please?
Wait,
Check it out. Bro, when you print the cheat sheet?
oh, I don't have a printer. Okay, I don't have a printer. Look at Mr. A.
Send the cheat sheet. Can you please print it?
No.
Mr. A, send it again. I didn't get it.
You send it right.
He sent it to me again. I didn't get it.
Alright.
Well,
How many pages?
well, when you get it,
Yeah.
I got it.
14 pages.
Shift keep on declining.
I got it. I think the other one. I think you're sending me the file. I already have it. Why do you need a printer? Because I don't want to look at them. 36 pages.
6 pages. That's a lot of it.
How much?
Double done is only 8.
That's a lot of ink.
Bro, it's already 218. 218, I know.
We got it.
You better run.
I'm gonna be jogging.
You tell me to print it. Please.
Drop your iPad.
Mr. A, you need to take an auto how to say please and thank you. Yesterday we were going over the packet answer. Daniel was like holding his packet and he went like this.